right now.
I know a place where Mario and Wario and Luigi and what's the other Luigi's name?
The other Luigi,
The
Waluigi.
Waluigi. That's all they be at. That's where they be.
Did you say Wario too? I didn't hear.
First,
I didn't hear.
you weren't listening.
I heard, but I wasn't listening.
This is ILNL.
Welcome to ILNL.
So, what about Toad and Bowser and
Okay, so what's the other version of Toad?
the
Is there
girl?
another version of Toad?
You talking about Toadette?
I'll say it was a girl. That's about it.
So there's no evil version of Toad.
No, actually there isn't. There's just a whole bunch of Toads.
Huh.
And then there's Toadette like Smurfette.
There's gotta be some questionable type of Toad. Though. Toad is be places, and it makes me question his motives sometimes.
I can
It's sneaky
see
cute.
that.
Like, when we already questioned Princess Peach. Like that's why I think that's why
Because
they came up
that's why they took away Toadstool.
with, look, that's probably why they came up with Daisy. There's like three of them. Like three princesses.
There's three princesses.
Daisy,
Princess
Peaches, and Princess who? What's the other princess?
Don't mind this
One
one.
that wears like blue and
Yeah, she's from Galaxy. I can't remember her
Right.
name right now.
Yeah, my nephew actually beat the game.
Which one?
Galaxy.
Oh, cool.
I never beat any
on my
games.
Switch. My
Oh.
nephew plays my Switch.
Good, you got all the games. Uncle Chris got all the games.
so just take his switch.
And then don't charge it. Yo, I be checking the joint and the joint be dead. I was like,
Wow.
okay. But I expected to be dead because,
Because he's a kid.
yeah, he's 7.
All right. So, with all that, welcome to ILNL. No need for doing introductions because we just went right into it. And we're going to just jump right into our first story. So, Nintendo
You got served.
went on ahead and said, hey, guess what? We's
Chicken
doing a
butt.
movie. And went on ahead and announced their cast during their Nintendo Direct this week. Some big surprises. The biggest one being Chris Pratt.
I'll say some WTFs.
Yeah. And
Being Chris Pratt.
and Charlie Day was pretty big as being Luigi, which
That
I am very curious
part of me
about.
I can see, and the memes have already started rolling in. So you know the one of Charlie where he's mapping out something on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Somebody
the
drew
episode.
Luigi doing that.
Oh, that's great. I got to find that.
I have it on my phone.
Yes, put it in front of the camera when you have it because I would love to see that. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna just jump out there and say this. As a big hold on, I gotta switch it. Oh, that's perfect. I will find let's see if I can find that picture of Charlie Day doing that episode. That was actually pretty cool. Yeah, It's Always Sunny. One of the best shows ever. 15 seasons about to drop.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I think the big surprise for me in all of this was Keegan Michael Key, because that dude
As
can
Toad.
always get work, and he's working as he's doing Toad out of all characters.
Vegan.
My question is this
Red
kiddie cartoon or
Yes,
Is it
it's
an adult
yeah, it's
cartoon?
No, it's not gonna be an adult. It's Nintendo, so it's gonna be a
True.
kid one. It's like they're catering to kids. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Like, it's Illumination. I mean, it's what is it?
But I
Despicable
wonder-
Me is Illumination, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Nintendo's not going to do anything, above.
well,
PG,
since it's
if that.
Illumination, I'm okay with that because Despicable Me will give you adult laughs without being adult.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why
what I'm
you have
saying, like,
Keegan Michael Key.
Like I can see something being real slick, and you just like look at a kid like,
Like you didn't get
okay,
that
you didn't
joke.
get that. Okay, cool.
Like all our 80s cartoons.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Because when you watch some joints over, you just be like, whoa.
Yeah, how did they get that joke in?
How did they get that past me?
Yeah.
So adult.
Because sometimes, like, my mother would just look at me, like, while I be watching stuff, and she just look at me, and I look at her, I'm like, what? She's like, nothing.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get looks. My mom didn't really watch cartoons with me except for the theater ones. My dad would watch cartoons with me, and he'd just be cracking up. So, it's a cartoon. I'm laughing. He's laughing.
We're all
Everybody's just having a good
Right,
old time. Huh?
good old time. Now I know why he was laughing. Now I know
Yeah, those
why
jokes
he
weren't
was
for you.
laughing. No.
Yeah, exactly.
The slapstick was for me. The joke was for him.
Right.
I watched an old Gem and the Holograms show, and it was very adult and inappropriate. She was in it. Not her.
The Misfits.
Not even the Misfits. It was one of the other bandmates was in a very toxic relationship.
Oh, yeah, when she was like
He
getting
was like-
beat and stuff.
No, he was
abusive?
just very he's like, I can't even remember, but he was like this actor and he did stunts and he would just be so reckless because she wasn't doing what he wanted to do. And I was like, this is not a good
But
message for the baby.
But because they addressed it, and I think honestly,
they?
like I want to see because it's like
I don't think
some of
she
the
ever
stuff-
like chose to like this isn't right and left. I think it just ended. I think he just
Jem is
stopped
messy.
acting like a butt or something. I don't know.
Jim was
Clearly, I
messy
need to
boots.
watch some Jim and the Holograms.
Jim was messy boots. Like, what's his name?
Rio?
No, that's Jim's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Were they really just
they were-
boyfriend and girlfriend? It seemed like Jem was always trying to
Instead of
get
what?
with the
What
dude.
else could they be?
No,
Well,
I mean
no,
I don't
she-
know. I thought it was like a
Oh,
fascination,
He was-
and he was in love with Jem.
What was her name? No, what's Jim's real name? Oh God.
Now, so you got to find the comic.
Not
Who's,
Jessica.
remember.
who's going to do the research real quick? It's a race. I'm not doing it.
They can have it. I only know Jim, and I know the computer.
Synergy.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to say I know the computer's name.
All right, so while they're doing some gem research, some important gem research.
Jerica?
Jerica?
No.
Okay, so
Yes.
Jack Black.
As Bowser.
Bowser.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's
I'm-
the greatest thing in the whole world.
I think it's
Jerica.
going to be great because, oh boy.
You did it.
Jerica.
Yeah.
I know it was something. It was like, it wasn't Jessica. It was-
Jerica Benton. Sorry.
Okay. So back to Bowser. So Jack Black, he did the game that was on Xbox. I can't remember the name of it. It was like he was like on this quest of doing like heavy metal or something. I can't remember. But he did a lot of that character voice acting for his character in this game. So I think it's just going to be really cool to hear him be Bowser.
Yeah, I wondered, like, because the only voice I hear as Bowser
It's raw.
Well, no, the raspy voice in the cartoon.
Oh yeah,
That's all I
Yeah.
can hear.
that kind of sucked though, because I know they had to give him a voice to speak and say things.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
it was.
So you
it
think they
was-
might like digitally distort it?
It's like rough
Or just
Italian.
let him go with the flow?
I think
It
my
was like
guess.
New York Italian.
New York Town for what? For Bowser?
New York Italian, like that's what it was given.
Oh, for the cartoon.
For the cartoon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't know. I think they'll let him. I think they'll let him go wild because I mean, like he has the chops to do a take on what Bowser would sound like if he did more than just growl. So I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And
Righteous.
do it.
And last is what's the guy? Seth Rogen. Is that
Seth
his name?
Rogen.
He-
Let's see the list.
Yeah, go
He's
back.
Let's
Donkey
go through
Kong.
the list.
He's Donkey Kong.
Yeah, he's DK. Yeah. Okay, so let's check out the list.
And then I'm wondering how are they putting
Fred
it?
Armisen.
Okay, so we have Chris Pratt as Mario, Anna Taylor-Joy as Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as
Jack Black.
Bowser, Keegan Michael Key is Toad, Seth Rogen's DK, Fred Armisen is CK, Kevin Michael Richardson is Kamik, I gotta look up that character. I probably know it, but don't know. Sebastian.
Maniscalco.
Thank you.
He's a comedian. He's funny.
Is Spike, and then it's gonna be cameos from Charles Martinet, who is the actual voice of Mario and some other characters in all the games. And actually bringing him up, I was a little upset for a couple of things. I didn't know that he was at a convention this year.
Which one?
I can't remember whichever one that Robert went to. I think it was Tidewater Horror Show. I'm not sure.
He did go to Tidewater.
Yeah.
But wasn't it Baltimore? Was it?
No. Tidewater Horror Show is Virginia.
Tidewater.
Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember him making a post.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, he was telling me that
he went to horror and comic. So
I think it was all one and the same because they have two shows now.
Huh.
But either way, Charles was there. And he told me that he was there, and I was really upset because I was inside of a classroom, and I really wanted to go to this one, and I didn't even know that he was there, and I would have been there with all of my Nintendo anything and had this man sign it. I mimicked this dude's voice without thinking about it, and he's not the voice in the movie. It's just I can't not hear Mario like walking around going, "Woohoo! Oh, wow!" Any of that. Exactly. Those are his sounds, and he's just gonna do cameos. Come on.
Chris Pratt better
grew
get
a
it
cousin.
together.
He
Tim's gonna be upset.
See, okay, I'll just say this real quick. I really hope that Nintendo paid attention to Sega. Because when Sega first released the first pics of Sonic,
well, see, that's
Sonic looked like
that's different, though.
rat-looking thing.
It's just internet rage.
No, but it's just the whole thing of when you
that's
have
them trying to make something cartoony live action and they drop the ball.
I know.
This is straight cartoon. Right?
It is. It's just the whole thing of if it's something that's really delicate and you have this fan base that grew up with it. Like we grew up on Super Mario Brothers. Most of us. No, all of us.
I remember Captain Lou
Yeah,
Albano
you even
being
had a
Mario.
Nintendo, right?
I did.
See? So all of us did. So there's a fondness that we have of this character.
Who played Luigi
In what?
when Captain Lou was Mario? Who played Luigi?
I can't think of
I
the guy's
see the
name.
dude's
And he's
face
yeah.
clear as day. I see just about any other thing he was in, but I
I
cannot
can't think of his name. I'll look it up.
Are we talking about the TV show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wave your arms from side to
Yeah.
side. Come now, it's time to go.
Mario
to
was
Mario.
Mario
Yes.
was Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah.
Yes.
Former BWF.
Everything.
And
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't tripping. I was just like, this dude looks familiar. But okay.
Also the father of Cyndi Lauper in the Girls Just Want to Have Fun video.
Yes.
Not real life.
Yeah.
He was in that video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was the bad dad.
Because she did a lot of stuff with wrestlers back in the 80s.
Yeah,
As far
like
as
the whole
videos.
connection between WrestleMania and her performing at, I think, WrestleMania 2 or 3, something like that.
'Cause
That
I think-
relationship stayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, copyright on YouTube. I don't want them to scan this and be like, copyright infringement.
He's humming it. Go.
No, they'll scan that too.
We do
Just
not
make it up
own.
tempo, up tempo.
We do not own the
No, you
rights
gotta-
to
you
his
gotta-
humming.
You got to drop the key. You got to drop the key. You got to speed it up.
Flip it upside down. Flip it upside down. Zoom in. Zoom in.
Wait, what are you even humming?
Good job. Back to this thing.
Trash. That is so trash. I'm about the time.
Oh,
That is so trash. That is so trash.
So back to this. All right. Let's go around the horn and say who we would have preferred to be a different character if we have a choice.
oh God.
Because there's some internet rage that's going on right now, and I think it's unjust.
When isn't there internet
Okay.
rage going?
Like,
I think it's unjust.
It's never just.
I don't
It
know.
is always too much.
I don't know. I
It's just
voted.
too
I
much.
voted for the internet rage of Sonic being changed, and we got a much better Sonic.
Lady Ghostbusters. That's all I have to say.
I feel for you on that.
Wait, what?
how they were tripping about Ghostbusters were all men. How are they going to be women? That doesn't make any sense.
And they
Blah, blah,
ruined
blah,
it.
blah,
They
blah.
ruined a great franchise. It was
Boy, bruh.
wonderful. I love that movie. Don't even get me started on Lady Ghostbusters. No, go ahead. You move on.
Oh boy.
Move on.
We just scratched an itch. Didn't mean to. Woosah.
It's very upsetting.
It's
I'm
okay.
Still mad. I'm gonna be mad forever about that.
You're gonna be 80-something years old. And I remember how great the Lady Ghostbusters was, and they didn't give it a chance.
It was actually a funny movie.
It's
was.
funny.
What people were pissed about was there's this script that was lingering around forever and a day, and we're waiting for the continuation and the finalization of the said Ghostbusters trilogy,
And it never
and we
came.
got that.
That
We're like,
is
wait a minute,
true.
that's
not
not what we
people
were waiting for.
That's not what people were mad about.
And also now we have Afterlife, which totally doesn't even follow the first trilogy.
It does.
No. It's an
Well,
offshoot.
it has to be. It had to be.
Yeah, because
tweaked
of what's his
because
name
of-
passing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam.
Person.
Egon.
Yeah. So.
That's why he was the only one missing. He was the only one missing out of the Lady Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah,
Except for
yeah.
the,
Everyone
the
else.
bus they have.
Well,
in the
no.
head.
Did
in the office.
Bill Murray do a?
Was
He did a
Bill Murray?
cameo,
yeah,
right?
he
did
was
a
in
cameo.
it. He died.
That's right.
Yeah, Bill Murray died. Winston was what's her name's uncle.
Uncle.
They gave him the hearse.
Yeah.
And Ray was driving the cab, explaining the difference of ghosts.
Right.
And what was he Annie Potts?
Yeah, she was in it too.
Oh, and Sigourney Weaver. She came
And
in after.
Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver was at the very end.
Was Moranis in it? Did he do a cameo?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
so.
No, he
Yeah.
hadn't come back yet.
Okay.
But I wonder if he's going to be in this one.
Are
you the gatekeeper?
I'm the gatekeeper. I'm the key master.
Then die. Young.
Okay,
Next
so
time someone says, "Are you the gatekeeper?" the answer is yes.
okay.
I met
Anybody
Winston.
want to
He's
throw
cool.
out someone that they would like to see replaced on the list? I'm kind of worried about. In all honesty, I'm kind of worried about Keegan.
I was gonna say,
Toad.
if anything, I'm worried about Toad. I'd love to see Keegan working. That's not a
Me too.
not an issue. But him as Toad.
It'll be
I
so fun.
actually would love him to be Mario because he's such a good character actor with especially when it comes to accents. I would love for him to have done Mario.
I think I would have.
I can't
Like-
imagine Star-Lord being Mario.
I'd like to see him because I don't think there's a character for what you call it, Yoshi.
I don't.
Yoshi,
You know what? Yeah.
where's
Yoshi
Yoshi?
did have a voice in.
But see,
the cartoon.
probably, but Charles is probably going to do the cameo for Yoshi.
That could be it. Yeah.
That probably might be another voice he does.
But I could see because he doesn't exactly have a personality.
But it's Yoshi, and there's so many colors.
I think
of Yoshi.
he could
It's like,
really
here, like 4 or 5 of them.
bring out.
What?
Maybe
Of the
they'll-
Yoshis?
Yoshi colors.
Yeah.
How
That's more than
many?
5.
We looked it up.
Yeah.
just 'cause
And
we
a
had to
We
fight
had,
plethora.
about
we had
it.
an argument about the Yoshis.
I don't even remember what
Let's see. It's
I was
green,
saying.
blue,
I was
red,
wrong.
yellow.
was so wrong.
Let's see. Green, blue, red, yellow.
Hearts, stars, and rainbows.
Horseshoes and balloons.
I feel like there's another, and I can't recall. I know
Pink.
there's
No,
5
there's a
points.
pink one.
Pink. That's it. That's the 5 points of the star. Did I say blue?
That sounds real gangster.
It's evil.
Right,
This is
that-
the
that was
devil
like-
game. We can't have our children exposed
It's a
to it.
cross between that and gangster.
It's not an
Yoshi
inappropriate
gang.
star.
Yoshi gang.
Gang gang.
Yoshi gang. Yoshi gang. Yoshi gang. Yoshi gang. Yoshi gang. Yoshi gang.
Jeez.
We're about to get that game banned. It's gonna
Oh,
be sad.
There's gonna be something's gonna happen. All right. Jeez.
He'll probably be the second one. You know they're gonna make 7 of these, so
I don't know if this isn't a cash cow. It's not gonna work. Okay.
Who's showing it?
Who you mean? Who's showing it?
Like, is it Netflix, Disney? Who's
In the
doing it?
theaters,
only.
December 21st, 2022.
Oh,
So they got time.
2022.
Yeah, they got
okay.
time.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not this year.
Stuff,
mean,
maybe stuff will be a little more
grass,
sterilized by
do
then.
that.
world.
Yeah, so we'll see what
before
happens.
We talking about straight theaters.
So we'll see. If they're pushing it all the way out to 2022, Hollywood already knows something. So talking about Hollywood, Marvel.
Dun dun dun.
So Marvel sues heirs of comic creator to retain the rights of the Avengers characters.
Like,
So we have Spider-Man, Doctor Strange,
Peter.
Captain America.
in America.
Like, I guess that's literally all the Golden
Captain
Age
America.
heroes. All the Golden Age heroes, or all the Silver Age.
I think it's golden, because I mean that's when they were created. Yeah. So basically, the heirs of all of these great characters that have now
Or should we
been
say
ascended
estate?
into greatness with the MCU, and is now beloved by many, many people, and turned into all types of merchandise,
Peter.
is now being in question as to who owns it
Me.
and how they are supposed to go and get their money.
I own it.
Why you say like a pimp? Their Monday. You really said that.
Because it's all about the
Monday.
So yeah, they want their cash.
It's my money, and I want it
I was
now.
thinking the same thing.
Is it yours? Is it really yours?
No.
Well, the whole thing of inheritance, you take it in. I could see them fighting a little bit over it,
You better
but
and that's what I'm saying. Like, the heirs should have ownership of it. Like,
How do you have ownership of something that you sold off?
did they
that's
sell
the
it off?
question.
Hold on, who sold it off?
Well, the whole thing. The bigger question is who really owns it, because like the video that we watched, and let's give them a shout out. What was the name of the channel?
This was Geek Culture Explained.
Okay, so Geek Culture Explained did a really cool video talking about what copyright is and what copyright was, and how in the comic book industry, copyright has been used as a weapon in order for the comic book publishers
What
and
was it?
distributors.
Work for hire?
Yeah, to use the whole work for hire thing. If you create something, you did it on my clock, I gave you some cash, it's mine. And it's the whole thing of, well,
Trash.
in the creative process,
But
did I
that's what they
really create
agreed
this
to.
for you? And so, I love what Marvel did to be slick, but I feel really bad that Marvel did it, because it's just another one of
the
those
thing with the
whole
check?
Yeah,
That was lit.
it's a contract. So on the back of the checks, they played the whole contract thing of, if you cash this check, you've acknowledged that you accepted all rights and responsibilities thereof. So it's stamped on the check that if they cash it, they acknowledge that they gave all rights and responsibilities, copyright thereof, intellectual
Shenanigans.
properties, to the payee.
Shenanigans.
Did means to the payor.
Did it say that?
It was on
literally said
every
that
check.
on the back of the check.
On every check.
If you cash
That
this
is
check,
so trash.
And that's a contract. Because you sign it, you agree it, and you take restitution.
That is so trash.
And I wonder if
And villainous.
anybody turned it over,
Like-
read it, shook their head, and just had an attitude the whole time they were signing it.
Like, how villainous is that? Like,
But that's a contract, and it's like I feel bad. I feel bad for the creators. I really feel bad for the creators, because if you go and you create the Incredible Hulk, they give you a $50 check for doing a comic strip, 3 frames, 3 panels,
but then
and in that it says, "Hey, thank you for creating this. Here's $50." And then years later,
It's
the
a
Incredible Hulk,
multi-trillion-dollar property.
part of the Avengers, Hulk smash
trash.
to $50 million is the tune that he's smashing to, and you got a $50 check that probably paid for a couple of lunches.
So I
hurts.
have questions and scenarios.
Mm.
So, is Stan Lee's estate, is that really even fair for them to try to come after anything, being that he was still a part?
From what I remember, and I think this came up in Baltimore when we were at Baltimore Comic Con. He gave up a lot of his rights to Marvel and Marvel characters that him and
Kubert.
not Kubert, the one that helped create Spider-Man. I can't think of his name right now. Dick. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry that I can't remember right now. But the whole thing of them creating those characters and doing it in the House of Marvel, they pretty much were making something for Marvel to produce. Like they were just a publishing house.
Right.
So they didn't really have ownership. They were credited for creating the characters, but they didn't own them. So yeah, that's the whole big fight with his estate. Who
Richard
owns
Fisk?
what?
Is it Richard Fisk?
No. I'll find it in just a moment. But y'all go ahead and rap for a little bit. What do y'all think about this whole thing of this lawsuit?
I've already said this. Trash. It's absolute trash. Like, bruh, you know, it's just trash.
But I mean, they've
Just
always been
Steve Ditko.
Steve Ditko.
yeah, but
Steve
they've
Ditko.
always been adamant about was it creator-owned properties and things of that nature. That if they're publishing it, it's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that whole rule is literally how we ended up with Image Comics, right?
Yeah, the whole thing of
'Cause
creator-owned properties. Image wanted to break the rules and say, if you create it, we'll publish it. You own it. It's yours.
Right. So, like, 4 or 5 of the top Marvel artists left Marvel and started Image.
Good job.
That's how we got Wildstorm.
Yeah.
That's how we got Wildcats.
Spawn, Savage Dragon,
Yep.
Shadowhawk,
The Tick. What was the Pit? We got Pit.
Hit.
Yeah. If it wasn't for some brave individuals who said we could do it,
Shout
And
out
leave
to
the
rebels.
rights.
Shout out to the rebels, because Marvel.
oh, wait. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us here. Whatever's about to be said was not pre-discussed. So I'm just putting that out there.
The views of Christopher A.V. Sterling Akabua are not necessarily the views of ILNL.
He's going rogue.
But he's going to tell you how it is.
This is trash. Okay? For you to sit down here and play these people.
And he's saying that
the
with Spider-Man
way-
standing right in the frame.
For you to play these people the way that you have is trash. It's so trash. Fully loaded statement. Take it as you may.
So where would Sony's play be in all this?
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Because yes, this whole lawsuit affects both movies and comics, but Marvel still doesn't own the right to all of their characters as far as movie goes. So
Yep,
the
they're still
entire
licensed out.
Spider-Verse, with the exception of what Spider-Gwen and Miles, belong to Sony.
So I think that if this particular lawsuit makes it through and is awarded to the heirs, Sony is screwed too. Because it would supersede
Or would
their
they help?
licensing. Well, I mean, the whole thing of Marvel, and this is all speculation. It doesn't appear that Marvel wants to work with the heirs anyway. Because we shouldn't even know about a lawsuit if they were working with them. Because that could have been a sweetheart deal done in the back, and we would never know. They would have been cutting checks.
And I always like how this stuff always happens after the fact. Like, how many movies did it take for you to say, hey, we should be paid for this?
Well, see, we don't know that.
Because
They could have said that after the first one.
battle. Yeah, this could have been an ongoing battle. It just probably got messy now.
They realized phase 4, oh man, we missed out on a lot of opportunities to go public with this. We should have went to the news like after, what was it? What was that first movie again? Iron Man? No, Howard the Duck. We should have got him right when they did Howard the Duck.
Should have did it when they had the Hulk
Punisher.
and Spider-Man TV shows.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
and
is
his super
wonderful friends.
and his super friends.
No,
Was it
before that there
Firestar?
was a live action.
Yeah, with Lou Ferrigno, right?
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno was Hulk, and there was a live action Spider-Man as well.
Now I knew about the Hulk.
There was also a live action Spider-Man over in Asia.
Oh yeah,
That
I've
one was
seen
trippy.
clips of that.
Oh, and that Italian
was
Spider-Man
real.
was great.
That was real trippy.
Okay, so Chris has already stated his position of how it's trash. What do you think?
Oh,
Because you know all about copyright not being properly followed.
Yeah, I've had my own sort of copyright fight with Disney a little bit. It was fun.
That's right. Yeah, tell your little, well, as much as you can share. I think that'd be
I
fun.
won't. I can't. I don't think I should share the details, but I know
this,
what
this
it
is
is.
going to be an after the camera
This
conversation.
will
Definitely.
be, yeah, this will be an off-camera thing. Basically, I know what it is to fight with
Disney and lose.
Disney on copyright 4 months over something that is legit ridiculous. So I have mixed feelings about it. I find myself just wondering, what is ownership of an idea? Who does get to own it? Do they own it forever? Are there factors that factor into how much of it you own? And I remain uncertain that it's probably a complicated. My impulse is to be, you made it, you should get all the money for it. But at the same time,
But
there's a company
Contract.
that is putting resources behind that property, and
Yeah.
they're putting promotion behind
Yeah.
it and their own ideas
Yeah.
and getting it out there maybe more than you would have ever been able to accomplish on your own.
the
So
time that Mickey
doesn't
Mouse.
that deserve
Yeah, it was like they said.
compensation? So
You're,
I mean, yes,
you're,
it deserves
you're in our
compensation,
building
but-
having conversations and drawing stuff, trying to figure out what to do that we're paying you for, and literally on the checks that you accepted and cashed, say that you just did this job for us, and we know on your stuff.
The
so.
day that we have Mickey Mouse holding a lightsaber, flying in the Millennium Falcon, was when things went too far. Because that's when you know that you're making way too much money. All the people who made Star Wars that didn't own it, that was just working on the job, they're not going to see anything because they were paid to do a job. George Lucas got paid because it was his idea. I wish we could have that same type of paycheck for the creators that have made these comic book characters, because there's no reason that a family should be broke when your great made Spider-Man.
right. Yeah.
Facts.
And also back then, you weren't really thinking about contracts. Like,
No, you weren't.
I feel like not until
The 80s.
maybe, not even then. I think maybe the
Jim
Mid-
Lee's time frame is when we start to see people get a little bit more business savvy.
right.
Yeah.
As far as comics overall, because think about same stuff's happening in music.
Mm-hmm.
People with their masters and everything. Like it took the Spotify rappers and all for people to realize, yeah, we need to own our own stuff.
Yeah, because Anita Baker.
Right.
Oh. I'm going to change cameras.
Because Anita Baker.
Ignore the person behind the curtain.
Well,
This
he's-
person
you mean the one in front of the curtain?
in front of a green curtain.
Because if there's somebody behind the curtain, we have problems, especially me, because I'm the only one anybody could be behind. If there's somebody behind y'all, that's an even bigger problem, and I'm not coming back here without a priest. Several.
I don't know, that duck
Well-
that turtle is sketchy.
Just give me some. Give me some alcohol.
That one right there.
You can pour libation. But nah, so like no. So the thing is like with Anita Baker had told her fans, she was like, look, don't subscribe, don't follow, none of that, don't play none of that music on any of the streams until Auntie gets her royalties. And the people listen. And when she got her royalties, now you have the green light. Go. And that's literally how it went.
I wish that same type of power could be had in a comic book, but unfortunately, Steve Ditko, I hope I said your name right, is a long time gone, and his family that is remaining that has fought Marvel before to try to get rights to things that he helped to create that made Marvel. You know, they can't go on TV and be like, don't buy any Marvel comic books.
Why can't they?
What are they going to do? How's that going to work out for them?
Don't know. But you just
Let's
saying,
see. How
it's
many
just the way you
Spider-Man-
said it. That's why I was like, what?
No.
why can't
Okay,
they?
let me rephrase it because I didn't finish my thought. I can't see them go and make a statement to tell people not to buy Marvel comics that features characters that their great grandfather or whomever it is created, and they actually get people to stop buying comic books. I'm sorry, but when Comic Book Wednesday shows up, and you know that one issue that if you didn't show up at 10 o'clock to walk into the door at 10:01 to get that one copy of The Last Ronin, they're gonna sell it. And then you gotta go hunting
Bitter.
to try to get that cover. I'm just saying.
Someone's upset about something.
I'm just stating the fact
We've
of how
gone
things
through
are.
some stuff with books lately.
I'm
so,
saying, like with White, we went through some stuff trying to get that.
yeah, somebody punched in the wrong number. So instead of the
25,000, it was 2,500.
yeah,
And there's a lot of people who buy comic books. With all that being said,
especially since we own some now. So
exactly.
yeah, all good.
I feel for the creators, and I'm such a big advocate for creator owned, and people making all that they can from their imagination. They deserve it. All of that creativity shouldn't just be gobbled up.
By big corporate overlords.
Exactly. And then next thing you
can't
know,
box with God.
and then next thing you know, you see your favorite comic book character battling it out with Donald Duck. It just didn't happen that way.
Well, they never did that. DC did that, but Marvel never did that.
I'm just saying, I shouldn't go to a Disney park and see Goofy wearing Spider-Man's costume. It's just yuck.
Gosh.
Gosh.
You were not here.
Oh God!
These are not the droids you're looking for. Good job. Moving on. So, Netflix really loved Bandersnatch. So much so that they made a WWE version of Bandersnatch with Escape the Undertaker, featuring The Undertaker and The New Day.
Okay, let me clap.
Yes. You might not know what it's about.
Like, I'm assuming that's when the chanting comes into place.
Yes. Good job with your assumption.
Yay!
If we ever get to go to a live WWE show where every seat has been cleaned, the air has been purified, everyone's wearing masks, including the
Or
wrestlers,
won't need to wear a mask.
It's not happening. Yeah, good luck with
you will enjoy the show. But with that being said,
Shout out to Big E for becoming champion.
yes, that's a very big deal. So now there's only one left that needs to get the big belt. That's Xavier Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the last one to get the big belt.
Sure.
I don't think he's had any belts except for tag.
Tag.
Just tag. So he hasn't had.
He hasn't had IC.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Yeah. So with all that being said, you experienced Bandersnatch with me.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's fun.
It was.
Oh yeah, good. Did you
Yeah.
do it? Okay, cool. So we can actually like.
That was the
go
thing
around
with the
horn.
gamer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you did the choices. It was a choose your own adventure type
They've done it
interactive
with
movie.
Minecraft too.
Oh,
Netflix did.
I didn't know they did another one.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Minecraft.
So let's go around the horn real
Hero
quick.
type joint.
So, what was your thoughts on the whole thing of Bandersnatch, and what would you like to see from Bandersnatch that probably they already stole and put into this? What was cool?
Well, the experience was cool, and going back and trying different versions of it was fine. I don't know. It would depend on how well they tell the story for me to care, I guess.
It's like this is
I'm
something
not
that
being-
something that you don't have affinity
No,
with. That's
I'm
what
not-
you're saying.
No, I'm not being sassy about
Yeah.
it. I just, it's fine. Like my relationship with wrestling is through you guys and the pay-per-views coming on late at night and I'm into it for a while and then it goes on for like hour 6 and I'm falling asleep. So as long as this
you're
is
a
not
trooper.
6 hours.
It says that it's 31 minutes and it's a family movie.
31. Oh,
That's it.
family movie.
Well, 31 minutes is probably runtime, but if it's an interactive movie, if you're doing all the choices, it probably lasts longer than 31 minutes.
Hope so because
Can I choose a rated R version?
I don't think the Undertaker
might
or
have
the
more fun with that
WWE wants you to go that route.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Taker might, but considering it's New Day and their faces and they're like children and family favorites.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, how about you, Chris? What do you want out of an interactive WWE Undertaker experience?
we're looking at the New Day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me change character. There, change cameras. There you go.
Yeah, looking at the New Day.
They rock.
I'm right along with Tanisha. Is there a rated R version? I mean, but of course, the kids are watching.
If we ever make it to
Lame.
G4, I'll be happy to say that Xavier Woods, the one with the fro that's kind of tucked in the back, he's one of the hosts that's on G4.
He's the creator of Up, Up, Down, Down.
If we happen to be
That's
on
Really?
that, if we can get ourselves there to G4, we'll be cable mates, and you can then personally
Say what's happening.
Ooh.
Yes.
What's good?
Say,
Yes.
Hey,
Of
what's
course.
up?
yes.
Don't know
I'm
if
not
his
a-
wife will appreciate it, but hey,
Oh God. Okay. Well,
Big E is single.
then there's that. Which one is that?
He's
That's
the
the
champ.
third one. He's the one in the end.
That guy.
You would like to have an interactive movie with him too?
You know what? I'm over here tickled about.
Say that.
I can't even see the screen, and I said Big E, and he goes, "Which one is that?"
Well, in all fairness, and you'll see this when you see it later, it's kind of hard to see how big E is
Oh, is he standing in the back?
because he's kind of
They
he's in
got
the
them
third
all
position,
level.
but they're all kind of in the
Gotcha.
same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
level.
but yes, in the obvious frame of if they were all together, you
I'm
saw
like,
them for
that's
what they
funny.
are. You would be able to tell which. Oh, fun fact. So Big E has done voice acting too.
Yeah.
Really?
He was he was in Laser Wolf.
Laser Wolf.
Really?
Yeah.
With what's her name? Oh my God, what is her name?
It was something else he was in as well.
She was on. She used to work for BuzzFeed. She's on
You know,
TikTok.
look up all the things that Big E is.
Sure, I looked up
Contributed.
Laser
He
Wolf.
got money. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was in that. All three of them were in what was that video game?
I don't know.
It's a shooter.
What was it called?
Oh, Gears of War.
Gears of War.
They're in Gears of War.
All three of them are Gears
Yeah.
of War.
Big E.
No, what are you talking to him about?
I was talking about how Big E is one of the characters in Laser Wolf.
Quinta B. Yeah.
Oh,
Quinta was she was in Laser Wolf. I think she helped to create Laser Wolf. She wrote. I think she wrote it or created Laser Wolf.
Chico,
Yo.
thoughts?
Was he? Who was he?
Who? Big E? Well, in Laser Wolf?
Uh-huh.
He's Laser Wolf's cousin.
Okay.
Cannon Wolf?
Okay.
Is that his name? That character?
remember
think
the
so.
cousin, but I can't remember the name.
I can't remember. But the horse
Oh, that animated
is
show.
Always
That's
hot.
what's his
cute.
name's son? Grandpa. Spoon. He's Spoon's son.
Big
JD.
Big E was Cannon Wolf.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Really?
Yeah. So he's done cartoons
I
too.
didn't know that he was.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Crushing on cartoon characters.
Please go ahead.
If I could steal Chris's saying for a minute, I'm here for it.
He's here for it.
Is that trademarked?
It's
Do you get ownership for that, and then we need to talk to Disney about it?
Nah, I think somebody else had it.
Let's
Because
clean
it's
for that.
like that's one of the that's definitely one of the sayings in the ballroom scene.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
So we definitely can't put a claim on that to say
I don't
because
know.
we need to,
Saying,
need to get something from it.
Can we put?
Yes.
I mean, people be putting that on shirts. Let's put it on a shirt.
Listen,
Oh, I don't
I'm
even
here
want to
for
talk
it.
about shirts or anything after what happened in our chat.
oh,
Oh, okay.
Plan plot.
Didn't mean to stir up.
Organize, mobilize.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There you go. All right. Chico, as you're saying.
Sigh.
To your defense, I mean, I've seen it.
Yes.
Like especially
It makes sense in my context of what I was saying, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
but like I said, with that one, it was just like I was focused on the message, like
they should let
'cause
you
it
be able
is
to
in
choose your own model
person.
Well,
thing.
okay.
But you know,
in a side comment to the side comment, like if you notice any of the stuff that we sell on ilovenerdlife.com, I'm very strategic as to the models that I pick for our
Strategic.
Oh, you get to pick the
stuff.
models.
Oh, absolutely.
you know, there he gets to pick. I don't think you can. I don't know if you can on
you
Redbubble.
can pick on any of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know at one point you couldn't. It was just
Maybe it depends on whichever services, but I know definitely for the one that shall not be named, you can.
Oh, for those who are watching, we're talking about T-shirts and the models that might be used by default on T-shirts. Like,
And what's
does it make
actually on the
sense?
content for
Yeah.
it and the mismatch of the whole
Does it
thing.
does it match up? Doesn't it match up, or what have you? But still, go to ilovenerdlife.com and check out our T-shirts and all of our merchandise. We have T-shirts. We
Buy
have
a mug.
hats, we
They're
have
nice.
bags. We have mugs. Do we have stickers?
Yes.
We have
Well,
stickers.
not on the site just yet, but it's coming.
It's coming. So check it out.
It's coming.
Yes. Please go ahead. Continue, Chico.
oh yeah, I'm gonna end up watching and playing along because I'm a New Day fan. So yeah.
So I think I'm odd man out on this. I'm gonna wait till y'all watch it and tell me to watch it. Cause
Like, is it dumb? Okay, I guess I'll watch it.
right. Like Bandersnatch and Black Mirror, that was great.
Okay.
All of that was you thought I was gonna go the other way, huh?
Well, you got to understand there's a big difference between those. This is like a comedic thing that we're about to.
Here's my thing with it. It's a WWE.
Mhm.
So, no offense to all of the creative of WWE. It's just my observation. Sometimes when they do things outside of the ring, it doesn't land.
Yeah. I
And
think
when you're mixing the WWE with Scooby Doo multiple times, that just doesn't land.
I don't know. I feel like it's one of them.
Scooby Doo.
I'm sorry, having John Cena and Scooby Doo in a wrestling match, Scooby, Shaggy, The Miz, and John Cena wrestling with the Undertaker being a villain.
Dude, you have everybody with Scooby Doo.
I know, but it's just the whole thing of when is
Side
enough.
note: When
when
does
is enough
Courage
too
and
much?
Scooby Doo come out?
I'm sorry,
When does Courage and Scooby Doo come out?
I don't know. I'll look it up. Well, no, someone else look it up.
That's
I'm
one
tired
thing
of
I
looking up stuff.
definitely.
I'm gonna do it.
That's one Scooby I definitely. need to watch.
Wait, how many times?
But back to what I was saying.
It's one of them things though. You expect this to be campy and just silly.
I know, especially because it's a new day. I know they really lean into a comedic side of things and all that. And I know they do family-friendly content because, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. I'll hold that till when we get off camera. But,
I think it's out already.
Okay.
But it's just the whole thing of it being that the cool thing of doing an interactive movie, a choose your own adventure type thing. I think that's awesome storytelling. I think it's fun. But it's the WWE.
I don't know. Now I'm having fun thinking through the the plot lines of it. Like, first of all, why does the Undertaker have a spooky mansion? Like, that's ridiculous.
Why did Luigi have to clean a spooky mansion?
And then like, it's
bought it for
fun.
cheap.
And then is it just gonna be a bunch of scenes strung together, of the lights going out, and bong bong, and they're just gonna be less and less scared every time?
Right, it's one of the things where you know it's gonna be so stupid, it's gonna be hilarious. So
Might be fun.
why not take out 30 minutes of your
I'm getting
day?
more into it now. It might be so silly that it's.
Then here's
Which
forward
room
to
should
it.
they go into?
I'm looking forward to it.
if there's no David S. Pumpkins in this, I want nothing to do with it.
See, you're heavily invested into wrestling.
Quality cinema? Yes, I am.
Quality cinema.
It's an interactive Netflix show with wrestlers.
Bandersnatch
With wrestlers. Not high paid actors. Wrestlers.
I'm sorry, but one of these.
Wrestlers.
I'm sorry, but one of these wrestlers has a very large following that proves that he has the capability of gaining much pop.
Are you one of the main followers?
Actually, no, I'm not.
Are you president of the fan club?
No,
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Or do you have a cutout hidden somewhere
No.
in the home?
Actually, my last cutout I gave away, and that was LeBron James.
Oh,
LeBron James.
we did that. But we did it.
So,
Oh, man.
I will reserve my position for this particular flick because I believe that all of you are really great
Connoisseurs.
connoisseurs of
Quality cinema.
of quality cinema, and so you will then
Be able
provide
to-
me with the feedback that I need to make the proper decision
In other words,
of the
He ain't gonna
quality
watch it.
of this thing.
I'm gonna let y'all take your time. I take time out of your day, so that you can let me know if I should take time out of my day.
And moving
And,
into time,
and add it to the list of things we've already told you to watch that you.
I'm gonna watch Visions.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna watch Visions. Jeez. Talking about things and timing. Is it too late for Nintendo to bring us Brewster?
Absolutely not.
So,
Monkey
for those of you that don't know the history of Animal Crossing, with earlier versions, no, you do. You were a part of
I
it.
do.
You were part of it.
I was a part of it.
So-
That's nice.
Animal Crossing from humble beginnings grew into adding a lot more features to give us more content. And in the second version,
Is this New Leaf?
I feel it was either New Leaf or City. It was New Leaf. Because in City Folk, it was in a town.
Yeah.
New Leaf. So the second version of Animal Crossing, we were introduced to Brewster, who had a coffee shop where we could go and work. And we can go get coffee.
I don't remember working. I got coffee, but I don't remember doing
Yeah,
any
you could
work.
make coffee for people.
Oh yes, you could make coffee.
Yes.
Oh, that was so cute.
See?
I just remember buying coffee. I never made any.
Yes, you can make it for people.
So
For
make
people
us
in your town.
barista-
So
baristas.
yeah, you pretty much are like a barista in there.
Oh.
So that was some of the content that we have been waiting on for the past 3 years since the game's released, and we've asked for it. And Nintendo is like,
I didn't
yeah,
even remember
yeah,
it.
it's been 3 years.
Yeah, because
Since
'Cause
this
origin-
came out.
originally he was in the museum. His coffee shop was in the museum.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about this Animal Crossing. I'm like, wait, what?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. So, in their Nintendo Direct, Nintendo said in a tease, we're bringing it back. So, the museum, which isn't really a museum at this point, is pretty much always going to be. It seems like it's going to be the space where they do expansions. So we can't really build it on our island, but they can add it as something in that building. Mm-hmm. And so when we go into the building, we now can go up the steps and make a left, and then that will be, I guess, a cafe. They're teasing. We'll find out more later on this year, but Nintendo has taken so long for us to get.
It's coming out in November.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something in that time frame. So, is it too late? Because Nintendo, since they haven't had a lot of extra content, they've been losing a lot of players. I know that I have neglected my island.
Oh God.
I know I have roaches that I need to kill in my house.
So many roaches.
And the thing is, like, my nephew, the crazy thing is, my nephew wants to play the game. He wants to play my game.
He doesn't want to play the game.
Well,
He wants to play
you could
your
just
game.
build him his own house.
But then it'll be his house on his island, on his system.
Yeah.
And my nephew gets regular. Like, I tested him. I put him in a dream state and put him on an island. I was like, don't pick the flowers.
Oh no.
No, so really you told him to pick the flowers.
Because when I tell you, he picked almost every flower. He did what he wanted to do. You know what? That's what I could just put him in a dream state.
All the time?
Until he turns 9.
What happens when he wakes up?
He won't wake up.
Oh man, that sounds dark.
Oh, that really does sound dark.
Yeah,
No.
try to rephrase that.
Oh, he won't wake up.
He done.
No,
He done.
He done.
no, he's going to like
Him
I don't-
upstairs.
I don't think.
That's even worse. I've seen Family Matters. That's not a good place to go.
No, not at all.
That's where you lose babies.
No, oh,
What show did we say she's back in? We said she's back in Chelsea Knows Best.
She's acting again?
Don't go there. No. Move on. Because we should
Okay.
not explain that.
Don't go
joke
that.
on
Don't go
there.
down that road.
okay.
Don't
So-
pull it.
don't
that
take the left
thread.
at Albuquerque. Don't take that left.
I don't see him like. Then again, like I said, my nephew is very smart. So, he figured out that Uncle Chris wasn't giving him the right controller. And after a while, he was just like, "Where's the blue controller?" I was like, "Oh." In actuality, the blue controller went to the PS3, and we were playing PS4. So then I had to learn. I had to give him the regular controller. Okay. They had to switch characters. So anyway. Shout out to his mom because like apparently she got a PS4 at the crib.
Okay.
So he was just like, I played that game before. I'm like, Spider-Man? Yeah, I played that before. I'm like, which one? Miles Morales? And then I gave it to him. He killing it better than I do. So I'm just like, the only thing is he has a habit of taking up game slots. And like if things gets a bit challenging, he doesn't mind starting all the way from the beginning. So he'll take up all my game slots.
Oh, no.
And start from the beginning, and we'll like save it. And I'm just like, we had this conversation. Do not start over. Do not save any. But he's 7, so
So that means that he's in the dream state until 9.
until
Or until you can leave them flowers alone.
or I can get him his own Animal Crossing for Christmas.
And this is why I always bought 2 of everything.
So that yours doesn't get messed up.
Exactly.
There you go. So, with all of that being said, for those that did play within Brewster's, is it something that can bring you back to the game? And actually, I'm gonna start with you because you've been the furthest away from the game.
I don't think anything would lure me back to the
daily
obsession that I had the first time I played it, when it warped my reality.
grind, where you were trying to sell everything for bells.
So I was sold everything for bells.
She's going. She's on the bus looking at like trash as you on the metro.
My bell.
I don't know that anything would bring me back. I'll watch you play it, and then I'll be like, "Can I make a cup of coffee?" I'll make one as you.
Useless. Chico.
I never stopped playing, so there's that.
Ah, there you go.
You need to encourage us.
Because
You need to give us stuff and say go and get it,
see,
and I'll turn it on for a moment.
unlike most,
talking about
I don't cheat with the game. So
Hey,
we
it's not cheating.
What do we cheat on?
Exactly. I don't have any idea what he's talking about.
How do we cheat?
What are you talking
I'm
about?
sorry. Unlike other people, I don't play with time.
Oh, I never did that.
So
what are you talking about?
I'm earning things the regular way.
Right. I never played time. I don't know. Like I'm not scared.
I'm
But
forced to go on because I'm trying to finish my art gallery.
Oh, well, you see, I finished my art gallery.
Because you time traveled.
Did I?
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know if I
Did
finished
I?
my art
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
gallery. Well, if you got
Did
any
I?
extras-
Yes. You did.
Well, if you have any extra gallery pieces, feel free to pass them because I'm not sure if I finished mine or not.
Well, you know what? I've done everything that I need to do at the moment of the content that is available. So
Why does this sounds press conferencey? Press conferencey. There we go.
so
I
I
did
don't
not have time travel with this video game.
so
5 days later.
Or 5 days before,
Right.
in his case.
Indeed, I did have time travel with this game. I'm sorry
I'm sorry.
for deceiving the American people.
Jeez. So I'm going to answer the question that's asked amongst everyone. And I feel kind of bad because
traveling?
part of my because part of my island is just, dirty with a whole bunch of flowers.
Oh, here we go.
God.
And
Get his nephew into.
I don't
and
want his nephew to come
all
and pick
these
the flowers. I
flowers.
want the nephew to come over and dig the flowers up and throw them in the trash.
Well-
I'll give him 10,000 bells every time he comes over and does it.
There you go. You can stop harassing me for not taking care of the flowers.
I have a 7-year-old technologically unhinged nephew. You like your roses? You like your golden black roses?
I know. Good.
See?
You're not going to keep.
So let me finish what I'm saying, and that's the part of the reason why that part of my island is not manicured. So
We'll
I
get
have
back
this-
to bashing me. That's what
absolutely,
you're the one that said.
absolutely, yes, you got it right.
I just caught that
So-
shade. I was like, wait a minute.
I have a small graveyard in mine now.
Oh.
So like I was saying, there's a part
No,
of my
Brandon.
island that I left untouched that I figured we would be building Brewsters like in the previous games, but because they're adding it to the museum, now I still have more land that I
Museum
need.
in quotes.
Because it's not. They're putting. What museum? Okay. Well,
Smithsonian.
I was just about to say they are putting a whole bunch of stuff in museums, aren't they?
Yeah, you got gift shops and all sorts of
Museum.
things. And
Food places. They've had that since we were in elementary school.
I guess it's not the
How dare
same.
this video game have a fictional place in it? The ocean.
Back to what I was
My
saying.
house.
Back to what I
like
was saying.
I
Has
literally just walked outside and caught a whale and donated it to the museum. Like I literally just went outside, caught a whale, and donated it to the museum.
Oh, wow.
What
Like
am I missing out on?
Like I was saying. Back to what I was saying.
He's not at all offended that you
There's-
can put a whale in your pocket,
Right.
but a museum.
Side note, one of the funniest things ever is when you go to talk to Tom Nook and he's just minding his business, sipping on coffee at the window, and you go ring the bell, and he's like, oh, shoot. And he puts the coffee in his pocket, right?
So like I was saying.
Pocket coffee.
So I was expecting that I needed to keep some area on my land open for putting more buildings. And now that they're attaching it to the museum, it's like, okay, now what do I do with this open piece of land that has all these flowers that I need to dig up? Because apparently I'm not putting anything there.
You build parks, you build graveyards,
So that's my
you
only
build a
gripe.
Super Mario Brothers playground.
That's my only
I've
gripe.
been busy.
We need to come to your island.
Okay, we need to visit your island. I had no
Jeez.
idea you were still playing.
Yeah, he's on almost all the time that I jump in. I see him. I believe he sees me and jumps off.
Oh, I don't pay attention to who's on. I go see if dude has parked his boat in the back to get my paintings. If he ain't there, I bounce.
You're like, no.
So I'm there
Try
long
again
enough
tomorrow.
that stuff don't get messed up. And while I'm walking all the way to the beach to get to the boat, I'm like, oh, a weed. No, pick that. Pick up some sticks, and I'm straight.
I know my weeds are like, yeah, my weeds
Out
are
of
out of
bounds.
control. Like I'm pretty sure my weeds are out of control.
Yeah, so
And then has anybody seen the joke in that?
the joke in the weeds.
Yes, you have a sloth who buys weeds from you.
Right. And the kids have no idea.
I'm not touching that. Long story short, I don't know that this is enough content to bring me back because I think the thing that was the most fun was when they did City Place. And everything was there. And they've kind of scattered City Place in this because we have the Able sisters and we have Nook's Cranny. And the dude who sells shoes, he comes by on whatever day he comes by. That used to be a shop.
Yeah.
And what else?
KK had a nightclub.
KK had a nightclub.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah,
just
the
all.
fashion-
That's the
Fashionista.
thing that you
Yeah.
had to travel to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
took
didn't
the
like
city
that.
bus to
Oh,
go to the
that's
city.
what else was
City
missing? A
Place.
hairdresser.
And like it was such a production
Yep.
to get
The
there.
hairdresser's missing.
Yeah, so there's all these
I
great
like
things
it.
that they did in previous versions that didn't carry over, and this feels like another thing that was an afterthought. So, I don't know if it's enough to bring me back and play it daily and make sure that I, do a daily task, but yeah, I'm excited for something. So we'll see. Yeah, but I want Nintendo to know that you make great games. I just wish that they weren't half baked for some of them. Like come on, being honest, some of the games are half baked. Mario Golf.
Oh,
Nintendo,
this is
you are
stunned.
awesome.
I don't.
Please sponsor us.
Okay.
I'll play online.
You already know. Well, I didn't play. I didn't get golf. That wasn't really my.
I know, but you got Animal Crossing,
I did.
and you stopped playing because after a while it got repetitive and stale, right?
No. I started working again.
Oh, well, that also gets
Yeah,
annoying too.
that's the other thing I think they didn't really take into account was Animal Crossing was the COVID game.
And now that people are back to work,
Right.
not
And
home.
their kids are even though kids weren't necessarily in school,
They weren't in a
physically,
building.
They weren't in the building.
Yeah.
They were still at school. They were still taking classes online.
Yeah.
And then keep in mind, for me, I know definitely doing that and being enrolled in school, that threw me off.
Yeah.
So
Well, with all of that being said, I take into consideration that the pandemic that we're in has separated a lot of developers away from being in their studios working on their games. I mean, the Metroid game that's coming out pretty soon feels like another one of those. We were working on something, we can't get it done. Sorry about that. Oh, let's just do the fastest thing we could possibly do to get it something out
hope
the
it's
door.
not thrown together.
I honestly prefer the indie games lately.
Yeah, like
Well, once we get that Steam Deck, we won't have to worry about that.
Man, what?
Steam Deck.
Oh,
Dude, you got a gaming laptop, so you're straight.
yeah.
Oh, you did tell me about that.
Yes, you're fine. It's us peons that don't have gaming machines.
I mean, granted, he's
Well,
some
I'm
someone
$15,000 in debt.
That's the most expensive computer you purchase.
Okay.
So with that, I guess we'll wrap because that's not Nintendo's fault.
please sponsor us.
I can tell you whose fault it is.
The government?
Actually, yes.
All right, let's go ahead and sign off on that note. Okay.
The way my loans are set up.
Don't even get me started.
Okay, mismanagement of my student loans.
All right. So let's get ourselves out of this show in reverse order. For Chico,
Send sponsors.
for Chris,
Peace.
for Tunisia,
Hello. Goodbye.
for Kristen, and for myself, Tim. Thank you as always for watching ILNL. We got swag at ilovenerdlife.com. Of course, you can catch all this stuff on YouTube if you're watching it there. And yeah, thanks for being a part of this thing that we call ILNL. And with that, you say it.
This is ILNL.
She did it.
Bing,
I thought for sure she was about to say shout outs.
Oh, throw it to me again.
Okay, here you go.
This is ILNL. Oh,
Yeah, you did.
you beep that out.
Lovely.